I'm Mrs. Barrett from PASS, Physical Activity and Sports Specialist, and we hope you're keeping safe, active and healthy at home or at school. This PE lesson is aimed at children in reception classes, so early years foundation stage, and it's a gymnastics lesson. In this particular PE lesson, the children will be learning how to hold still shapes on different body parts. For this lesson, they won't need any specialised equipment, just a clear space to work in and lots of enthusiasm. So if you'd like to pause the video there to make sure you've got a clear space around you, and let's get ready to go. Okay, welcome back reception. Are we ready for our gymnastics lesson? So we always start the PE lesson with a warm-up to get our body ready for our exercise and ready to learn. So in this particular warm-up, we're going to be moving around the space that we're working in, so probably your household or at school, and you're going to be moving in different directions to find different things that I describe. And the way that we're going to travel to the different areas is first of all by walking. So we're going to go on a walking journey to find different things that I describe, and then you're going to come back to me before I give you something else to go and find. Okay, let's get ready. So stand in your clear space reception classes, and I'd like you to go on a walking journey to find something that is blue. So in my house, we've got lots of blue things, but I wonder if you've got anything in your household that is also blue around you that you can walk to, touch, and then walk back to me on your walking journey. Have you found it yet? Maybe it's a piece of furniture, maybe it's a colour on the wall, maybe it's a toy or a book. Have a look, reception classes. Okay, if you're still looking, pause the video. Otherwise, we're going to go on to our next walking journey. So this time, I'd like you to look around you and walk to something that is square shaped. So it has 4 corners and 4 sides. Can you find something that is a square shape, reception classes? I'm looking around me, I can see some photo frames, I can see some cushions, maybe I can see a toy that is a square shape or a piece of furniture. Have you found something square, reception classes? If you have, come back to me. If you haven't, pause the video and keep on searching. Okay, this time we're not going to go on a walking journey to find something that I describe. This time we're going to go on a jumping journey. So you're going to jump, reception classes, 2 feet to 2 feet, like a kangaroo. 2 feet takeoff and 2 feet landing. And you're going to go on a jumping journey to find something green. Oh, have a look around you. If you've got a garden, you might have to go outside for this one to find something green. There's lots of things in the garden that are green colour. Or maybe you've got something inside your household that's green too. Are you jumping 2 feet to 2 feet, reception classes? And if you find it, touch it and jump back to me, 2 feet to 2 feet. Okay, are we ready for the next journey? This time we're not going to jump on our journey, we're going to hop on 1 foot to the same foot. So it's going to look like this on our jumping journey. And if one leg gets tired, we can switch and hop on the other leg, okay? So choose which leg you're going to hop on first. And we're going to go on our hopping journey to find something circular. So can you find something that is a circle shape, reception classes? Hop there on 1 foot to 1 foot, touch it, then hop back to me for our last one. Have you found something that's circular in shape? Have a look around you, reception classes. What could be a circle? Maybe you've got a toy that's a circle shape. Or have a look on maybe a plate or something like that. Something could be circular shape. Okay, our last one. This is going to be our trickier travelling journey. This is going to be a skip, which is a harder activity to do. So when I teach skipping at school, I teach children to step, hop, and see if you can do that and build it up into a skip. So to try and do a skip, step with one leg, hop on the other leg, then put that foot down, hop, step, hop, step, hop, step, hop, step, hop, step, hop. And if you put it together, it looks like a skip, okay? And a harder version is to see if you can get your knees nice and high in your skip and see if you can do the opposite elbow to the opposite knee each time, okay? And that makes it even trickier. Okay, our final thing to go and find on our skipping journey or step hop journey is something made made of wood. So can you skip or step hop to something made of wood in your household or at school? Off you go, reception classes. Are you still skipping or step hopping? Don't be tempted to run when you see something made of wood. Okay, good job everybody. Okay, hopefully our bodies are nice and warm now. Maybe our heart is beating faster than it was at the start of our warm-up, which means our body is all now energized and ready for our PE lesson. We're going to make sure our muscles inside our body are nice and warm by stretching them and making them work a little bit harder. So in your clear space, I'd like you to stand up, reception classes, and we are going to try and keep our feet still, keep our feet stuck to the floor, and we're going to stretch our hands and reach to different parts of the room, okay? So, keeping your feet still, do you think you can stretch your hands and your arms to your nearest window? So my window is over here, so I'm going to keep my feet still, I'm going to stretch my arms to a window. I'm going to see if I can hold it, keeping control of my body and keeping really still, because that's important today. And relax, give your body a shake. Okay, keeping our feet glued to the floor again. We're now going to reach and stretch towards a different part of our household. We don't know where it is going to be this time. Can you stretch towards a table in your room? So my table's over here, so I'm going to stretch over to the side of my body this time. Keep my feet glued on the floor, but really reaching with my arms and those fingertips. And hold your body really still. And relax, give it a bit of a shake. Okay, this time, keeping your feet glued, can you stretch towards a door in your home or school? So this time I'm coming over this side of my body and keeping my feet still, but really stretching those arms and fingertips. And give your body a shake. Okay, this time you're going to keep your feet still again and we're going to stretch towards the floor. So I wonder if you can stretch down as close as you can towards your toes. It doesn't matter if you don't touch your toes, but I'd like you to try and keep your legs as straight as you can. You'll feel it tugging and working the backs of your legs now. And that's a really nice stretch to wake you up. Good job. Okay, we're going to have one last one. Keeping the feet glued to the floor, and this time you're going to choose something in your room that you're going to reach towards. So I'm going to reach towards my sofa in my room, which is over here this time. Okay, so keep my feet glued and just reaching with my arms and my fingertips over towards that sofa. Good job, and let's do some big arm circles going backwards, reception classes. Nice and slow and controlled. And can you brush past your ears each time you do a big circle? And I wonder if you can change direction, so go the other way. So this time I'm going to go forwards with those big arm circles. Okay, and give your body a shake. Right, I definitely feel ready to do more gymnastics now, reception class, and hopefully you do too. So in today's session, we're going to be working on different parts of our body, and we're going to try and balance and keep really still on different body parts. And the different body parts we're going to use are our bottoms, our knees, and our feet. Okay, so feet, knees, bottom. Those are three things you're going to try and remember. Bottom, knees, and feet. And there's three different shapes that we're going to do on our bottoms, knees, and feet. And you're going to have a go at copying them now, reception classes. So we're going to begin with the still shape on our feet to start with. Okay, so can you copy me? We're going to start on just one foot, like we did on our hops. So keep one foot on the floor, and with the other leg, you're going to bring it up and see if you can just stand on one foot without wobbling. So keep your body really still. Now, in order to help you, I like to put my arms out to the side to stop me from wobbling, and I can keep my back and my body really straight. I wonder if you can copy my still shape. And it's a little bit like a flamingo because they stand on their legs for long amounts of time, keeping their body really still. Oh, that's tough. Give your body a shake. I wonder if you could try it on the other leg because one side might be trickier than the other. So I'm going to see if I can still show a still shape. Oh, this one's a bit harder on my other foot. Keeping those arms out to the side and trying to make my balance really neat and tidy. So keeping my feet close to my body, keeping my arms out to the side and still, and trying not to wobble. Good, neat and tidy still shape, reception class. Okay, so that's the balance we're going to do if I call out the word feet. And it's up to you which foot you have on the floor. Okay, the next balance we're going to do, as I'm already here, is on knees. So this time, it's just your knees touching the floor, okay? But we're going to change our arm shape a little bit, and we're going to do diagonal arms this time. So one arm is going to point towards the ceiling, the other arm is going to point towards the floor, and we've got a lovely diagonal line across our body, balancing on just our knees. Now, if you want to, you could try taking your feet off behind you. That's really tricky to stay still, okay? So, can you remember our balance on our feet reception classes? How did that look? Have you done it before I've done it? That was our flamingo balance, wasn't it? On just one foot. And now see if you can remember that balance, that still shape on your knees. We were on our knees, but how were our arms? That's right. They were in a diagonal shape. One arm pointing towards the ceiling and one arm pointing towards the floor. Good job. So now we've got 2 out of our 3 different still shapes. I'm now going to show you the last one. And that's going to be on our bottom, on our feet. Okay, so you're going to come down to your bottom this time and have your bottom on the floor. And this time, you're going to have your arms up above your head. So not out to the side, not diagonal. They're going to go up towards the ceiling. Okay. And we're going to make this balance a little bit trickier by seeing if we can bring our feet off the floor, okay? Now, it might be that you just want to take one foot off the floor and see if you can stay in a still shape, keeping your bottom on the mat or on the floor. And if you want to challenge yourself even more, see if you can take 2 feet off and try and stay really still. Can you copy my position? So feet off the floor, balancing on bottom, arms up to the ceiling. Good job, reception class. So now we've got all 3 of our still shapes. Our bottom, our knees, and our feet. Okay, now your job is to see if you can remember those 3 different still shapes and perform them as quickly as you can. But remember, we need to keep really, really still and make them as neat and tidy as we can. Okay, so if you want to start standing up in your mat or on your clear space, and let's get ready for the first one. Knees. Can you remember what the still shape was on your knees? Are you keeping your body really controlled? Hopefully, it looked like this. Diagonal arms, balancing on just our knees. Good job, guys. Okay, what about bottoms or seat? What was the still shape on our bottoms? I wonder if you can remember. How did we have our arms on that one? And what were our feet doing? Hopefully, it should look like this. So, arms up to the ceiling, feet off the floor, and just balancing on our bottoms. Good job. Was yours the same as mine? And feet. What animal did we look like when we were balancing on just one foot? Hopefully, it looked like this one. Ooh, get your balance. It looked like our flamingo. That's right. Okay, I'm going to say them a little bit faster now. Let's see if you can copy those still shapes as quickly as you can and control your body. Feet. Were you there? Knees. So come down to a lower level. Think about what position those arms should be on our knees. Feet. Back up again to a high level, standing up. Good job, guys. And bottoms or seat. Oh, come down to a lower level. How are the arms in that one? Knees. Up to a medium level. Seat. Good job. Are you still keeping with me, guys? Feet. Whew. And relax. That can be quite tricky and we have to really concentrate to remember those still shapes and keep our bodies really, really controlled. Okay, what we're going to do now is see if we can think about doing some of our own examples of balances on our feet, our knees, and our bottoms. So, this one was our example on our feet. I wonder if you can come up with a different balance that still only has one foot on the floor, but maybe your arms are in a different position. Or maybe your leg that's off the floor is in a different position. Okay, have a little think. How can you change my balance or my still shape on just one foot to make it a little bit more different, a little bit more interesting? have a try. And if you need to pause the video there to explore some different ideas, please do. And have a chat with people in your household. See what ideas they can come up with when balancing on just one foot. Off you go, guys. So, you could choose to balance with your leg out to the side. And it's up to you if you want to change your arm position. You could choose to have your leg out in front of you. It could be bent, it could be straight. All really, really good ideas. Okay, coming down to our knees now, which was our second still shape. This was the balance that I showed you guys. We were on our knees with diagonal arms. I wonder if you can still balance on your knees, reception class, but change the look of the balance to make it more creative, more interesting. You could change the arm position so it doesn't have to be diagonal, okay? And you could change maybe to balance on just one knee. Oh, that's really tricky. So if you want to pause the video there and play around with some still shapes that you can do on two or maybe even just one knee. Have a go, guys. Be creative. Okay, then our final still shape was on our bottoms or seat. This was the one that I showed you at the start, where we had our arms up to the ceiling and our feet off of the floor, okay? Now, I wonder again if you could be more creative and change up my seated balance. So it could be, again, you change your arms to make your arms more interesting. You could have one straight and one bent. You could do the same with your legs. Have one straight, one bent. Maybe even two straight. That's really tricky. It really works your tummy muscles. So pause the video there, guys, and have a go at some more creative seated balances and see what you can come up with. Welcome back, reception class. Hope you enjoyed being creative with those three different balances. And maybe you challenge some people in your household to see if they can copy your balances and keep them really, really still. Because that's the challenge, isn't it? We can come up with some interesting balances and still shapes, but can we control our body and keep our bodies really, really still? And that's what's going to make us a better gymnast. Okay, for our final activity, we're going to be seeing if we can copy some different gymnastic sequences where we're going to be doing some travelling, some moving, and then some still shapes. And some of the still shapes might be different to the ones that we've done before. So you need to really work hard to watch carefully so you can copy what I'm doing and really control your body, because it's sometimes hard to go from moving to stillness, because it means sometimes our body really wobbles. So let's see how we get on. The first one is going to be, we're going to be jogging like a little bit faster than our walking journey, and then we're going to stop and stretch up tall with our arms touching the ceiling, keeping our bodies really still. So have a little watch, and then when you're ready, see if you can copy my gymnastic sequence. Here we go, guys. So I'm going to begin with a jog, so a bit faster than a walk, and then when I'm going to stop and stretch up tall. And if you want to make it a bit trickier, you can come up onto your tiptoes, reception class, and see if you can still stay really still. I'll show you one more time, jogging, and then stop, stretch up tall. And remember, you can challenge yourself by going onto your tiptoes. Can you copy me, reception classes? Jogging, then stretching up tall, keeping really still. Good job, everybody. I really like the way you're trying to stay really still on your stretching up tall. Awesome. Okay, for the next one, we're going to have a go at our skip or step hop that we did at the start of our lesson, and then balance on one leg like our flamingo. So have a little watch, and then you can see if you can copy it so it's the same. Okay, so we're going to try and do our step hop or skip. And you can do this for as long as you like, or from one end to the other, and then, ooh, that's really tricky after you've been skipping. Step hop or skip, and then try and balance like our flamingo. Ooh, keeping our bodies really still. So skipping or step hopping, and then balancing. And make sure you have a go at balancing on both feet as well, because one side is often harder than the other. If you want to change your arms so they're not out to the side. You want to be more interesting with your arms, then please do. Don't feel like you have to copy mine exactly the same. Okay, our next sequence is we're going to come down lower to the floor this time. We're going to do crawling on our hands and our feet. And it's called a bear crawl. And then we're going to balance on 2 hands and 1 foot. Okay, so watch really carefully, reception class, and see if you can make yours the same. So our bear crawl is starting on 2 hands and 2 feet with our bottom in the air. And we're going to be moving around the room like this on 2 hands and 2 feet. And then, when you're ready, you're going to stop and see if you can balance on 2 feet, or you could try 2 knees and 1 hand. So this is a trickier version. 2 feet, 1 hand, that's really quite hard. So maybe 2 knees and 1 hand might be an easier option. Then we're going to go back to our bear crawl, hands and feet moving around the room, and then balance. See how you get on. Can you keep really still on 3 body parts? So I did 2 knees and 1 hand. So you could try that one. And remember, there's the challenging one on 2 feet, 1 hand, which is a bit tricky. See how you get on. I like travelling around like bear. I wonder if you enjoyed the bear crawl too. And if you want to mix it up and do other animals and other ways of moving around the room, have a go at those too. Okay, the next one is going to be having a go at sliding. Ooh, we're going to slide on a back like a slippery snake. And it might be a little bit tricky depending on what floor surface you've got and how slidey you're going to be. So we're going to have a go at sliding by pushing and pulling with our hands and making sure our back is touching the floor. And then we're going to do a balance on our bottoms, a bit like before, our seated balance. Okay, so this is what it's going to look like. We're going to start one side and we're going to move on our back, sliding by pushing and pulling. And then we're going to have a go at our seated balance. Okay, which was our feet off the floor, arms out to the side. If you want to change, you have your arms up here, it's up to you. And then we can have another go at sliding and balancing when we're ready. Okay, so can you put together sliding on your back and balancing on your bottom, reception class? Have a go. Wow, you're much better at sliding than I am. I found that quite tricky. There's other parts of your body you can slide on too. Maybe have a go at sliding on your tummies, reception class. See how you get on. It still make you like a slippery snake as well. Whew, well, I don't know about you, reception class, but that's pretty tiring. Okay, if you want one further challenge, I wonder if you could come up with your own way of travelling and your own still shapes. So I've given you some examples to copy, and you guys are so much more creative than I am. Maybe you can come up with your own way of moving around the room, and then when you're ready, turn it into a still shape, and then carry on moving again. And you can mix up the ways of travelling as many times as you like, and you can mix up the different still shapes as many times as you like, as long as you're keeping your body nice and safe. And hopefully you can show some of these to me when I get back to school. Okay guys, until next time, stay safe, stay active, stay healthy.